Alright, athletes, welcome. Today's video, we're going to be discussing the false grip versus a regular grip. Which one is better? When should you use it? Are there any risks associated with using one or the other?
You got about 4 different lifters.
As always, any questions, comments, please leave them. So guys, in this video you'll see some of my training partners. I have several as I train at several different gyms. I train a lot of different people. I train pretty often. I probably train at least 5 to 6 times a week, sometimes twice a day. So yeah, I'm all around the place. At any rate, this is a bench press session. I think that I was doing like 8 sets of 4, 275 or somewhere in that range, 295. So lately I've been focusing on my bench press as one of my goals for February is to get up to a 405. So you can expect more bench press videos than usual. I'm doing bench press now 3 times a week versus normally I do it only once, if that. If you've been following, you know bench press definitely isn't my favorite thing. But I do have a lot of tips and tricks that I've learned as I have been doing it, 3 times a week now. So look forward to videos on those tips and tricks later. Back to the topic of today, the false grip. I normally use false grip or previously for like military press, standing or seated. And I believe I used it in the past because of a lack of flexibility in my wrist as well as shoulders. I just really couldn't put my hands back into that rack position. So it was easier basically to, use the false grip and kind of push the bar up. After, a few years ago when I kind of jumped into CrossFit and learned, how to get that flexibility. Now I feel that definitely a regular grip is the way to go for me. I'm a lot stronger. I never was able to get to 235 with the false grip, and I can do that for reps with, the regular grip. Now I think when you're doing push press, you definitely want to use, the regular grip. But I'd say, I guess still, in my opinion, the false grip is going to work best. Usually when you're doing like any type of overhead pressing, and that's in the first half of the press. Now for push presses and jerks, your sticking point will come in the second half of the lift. So I don't think it's quite as important then to use a false grip when push pressing, but it's still ideal for military pressing as most people don't have that flexibility. Now when it comes to squatting, the hand position or wrist position you use is definitely going to be determined by your bar placement. I know Ripto recommends the false grip, and that's simply because he trains his lifters to squat low bar. When squatting low bar, wrist flexibility and strength become more of an issue, and the false grips, it works well as a quick fix. Now for high bar squatters, a lot of Olympic lifters, they high bar squat. Wrist flexibility and hand placement aren't a concern at all usually, because most lifters can comfortably use, the standard grip with that high bar placement. So basically, if you're squatting low bar, a false grip is likely better. But if you're a high bar squatter, then I'd say use the grip that's most comfortable for you. So here you just saw Mike one of my training partners, and he has been kind of toying between regular and the false grip. What he's come up with lately is that the false grip works better for him. And I do know people say that false grip is better. It works your triceps more. I know his triceps are extremely strong, and he's been able to do, I believe, 6 reps with 405 with the false grip, and he couldn't do that with the regular grip. So for him, possibly false grip is better, but I'd say for the majority, you want to stick with the regular grip. With the false grip, there's a chance of injury as the bar can slip out of your hands. And just for beginners, you want to kind of start out on the right track, and that's going to be wrapping your hands around the bar, gripping, pulling it apart, and locking in your shoulder blades. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned a few things. Any questions, don't hesitate to leave them, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.